some associates of yours or friends of yours were engaging in this quite recently. Is that so?
I know, just one of my Facebook friends mentioned it, and I'd never heard of it before, so I asked her what it was.
Yep.
And she said, it's lying down. And I thought, well, that's not a very good explanation, so I looked it up on YouTube, and I watched a YouTube video which was a compilation of the best of. So
The best of planking?
Yeah, it had, like, I don't know, 40 or 50 different ones, and it included the top 10 at the end, which showed the guy laying on the police van and the guy on the mall's balls and someone on top of a street sign, actually a traffic light sign. So it would have been 20 feet up in the air with just, virtually nothing to support him, which was what impressed me.
Oh, okay, so you're impressed with the risk that was involved.
And the strength as well.
Okay.
Because they're, just laying on the ground, that's not very interesting, but, laying on a pole, which is, virtually just the only point of contact is their stomach, and then the rest of them's completely supporting themselves.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of strength to do that.
Okay, so you don't think it's perhaps quite a stupid thing after all? There is some entertainment value.
Well, yeah, just the idea of planking as it is, just laying face down on a road or a footpath or something fairly ordinary, obviously that would have got boring quite quickly. So what worries me now, as anything, as time goes on, that it's got to get more and more dangerous to be entertaining.
Of course.
So that's, obviously a death, and yeah, it's a bit of a worry.
Okay, well, can I ask you, we were discussing off air.
Yep.
Without going into details, you're probably one of the older listeners, like myself, of Fresh. Now, you would have seen fads come and go over the years. Now, these things, they usually have fairly short lifespans, don't they? So, from your perspective, you've seen... You've been impressed by some of the things that you've seen on the tubes, people posting pictures of various poses they've gotten themselves into. But how do you think that you estimate you'll be getting bored of this pretty soon, or do you think? You mentioned people are going to be doing more and more risky behaviour to stay edgy and to be creative. Even given that, do you think that your ability to be impressed by this is going to flag pretty soon?
Well, it's probably, yeah. Because I'm older, I'm probably not going to get as excited about it for as long as the younger people will. But, I was definitely entertained watching the video. So, like the parkour craze, that's still going, isn't it? That's been around for quite a while. The parkour where they jump across the top of buildings and run up the sides of walls and that sort of thing.
Oh, I think I've seen clips of this, and it's actually it's more of a fitness thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
More of a personal physical challenge rather
but there's still danger involved, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But what I gain from that is that it's less about what people on the internet think, and more about that person's own determination to challenge themselves physically.
Oh yeah, but I think YouTube's what keeps these crazes going now.
Yeah.
Definitely. You can just go onto YouTube and see anything you want. Otherwise a lot of people would never have, because what are the chances of you actually just, unless you've got friends doing it, what are the chances of you just being out one day and seeing somebody, planking? Mm. You're going to be looking for it on YouTube, aren't you?
Yeah, slim to nil.
Yeah. Unless you've got friends doing it. But,
true.
like I said, my nephew because my partner's a photographer, he wanted him to go out and take photos of him doing it. And, if my partner was a bit younger, he might have said, yeah, but, trying to be responsible and being related to this boy's mother, well, we had to say no, because if he got hurt, we'd be responsible for it.
Okay.
So while it would, while from a photographic point of view it would have been interesting, we couldn't, condone putting my young nephew at risk.
Sure. Okay, Tracy. Well, it's time to ask the really hard-hitting questions that we love to ask on this program. Have you been planking yourself? Now, be honest.
No. Well, like I said, I'd only ever heard of it like 2 hours ago.
Well, look, apparently the people, it's catching like wildfire.
Yeah.
People are leaving their couches, they're leaving their computers and going right outside, climbing that tree and taking that photo within minutes. So, I mean, we're all susceptible. I mean, there's no telling what I'm going to do as soon as I
might do it on the ground. I don't know if I'll be climbing any poles or anything.
No problem. All right, thanks very much for your call.
No worries.
Tonight, Tracy.
Okay, thanks.
All the best.
Okay, bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you very much, our latest caller there, Tracy. Now, Steve, I've just come across the initial rules for planking, because apparently it's not as simple as just lying down.
No, there are rules, aren't there? There's 6 rules.
Absolutely, mate. I'm looking at them right now, as are you. Now, they state, you got a body, you got a plank.
That was an 11-year-old who said that, if I understand this correctly.
No, I think that means 2011, that it may have been stated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, showing my age.
You must always lay face down, ensuring your face remains expressionless for the duration of the plank.
Yeah.
All right? Number 2, your legs must remain straight and together with toes pointed.
This is, it's a bit gymnastic, isn't it? Like, this is, it's sort of starting to bear resemblance to the Roman rings. You know, you've got to... You know, those you see those gymnasts in the Olympics and they've got to point their toes.